Beasties, it's time for a rant. What's up, Beasties? It's me, Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a very special episode where you get to see Salty Beast as I talk about something that has been percolating in the old noggin lately, and it's time to talk about it. I'm trying out a different angle also. Let me know what you think. I want to do like some reviews and different kinds of videos from this area and a couple different areas in my new office, studio, library, man cave, beast cave, all of the above. But anyway, we're here to talk about why people care how much books I have and how much books we all have, all of us book lovers. So I am going to talk about what I have experienced with people, what they have said, how they act, their complaints, and then I'm going to dissect their arguments, tear them apart, and help us all feel better about having books that we love. So it's time to get salty, angry, and for that I must become the bad beast. Now, before I get too salty, hold on. When the hat goes backwards, it's time to get salty. But I do have to point out that this is all just for fun. It does irk me, I will admit that, and you'll see when I talk about it. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Not everyone has to agree with me, and it's totally fine and fun. We can have discussion and all of that. But with saying that, it's time to get salty. Hold on, one more thing. So, obviously, I understand when my wife may have this question about the books. You know, we share a budget. We're on the same page financially, all of those things. So she wants to know what I'm spending. She may not think it's worth spending money on certain things, bookishly related. Although I'll talk about her in a minute, a little bit. Don't you worry. And then also a lot of complaints I got while moving were from friends or family that were helping me move. And I did not make anyone carry my boxes or totes of books besides my son. And he didn't complain because he knows books make me happy. He's a good boy. But seeing it and being in the middle of being hot and sweaty and helping me move things and trying to find room in the truck for things, okay, I get where some of that came from. But these are the same friends and family that have always complained and made fun of me for how many books I have. So their time will come too. But without further ado, let's get salty. All right, so the question that I'm speaking of people asking is, and if I keep looking in the wrong spot, I am talking to you, but I do apologize. This is different because obviously my camera's in a different area. It's facing a different way, and I gotta get used to where I need to look now. So hopefully I do good with that. Anyway, all right, so the question that is asked is two parts. Why do you have so many books? Why do you buy so many books? Do you really need that many books? And finally, the thing that irks me the most is, have you read all these books? Are you going to read all these books? That, my friends, is what we're here to talk about today. So, let's start with, why do I have so many books? This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to talk about why I feel it's okay is my rebuttal to this question. And then I'm going to dissect their argument and give you some examples of times when people have said this to me. So, first question, why do I have so many books? Because I love books. I am a book lover, a bookworm, a bookaholic. I am obsessed with reading and books. I always have been from a young age. And if little me could be in this office right now and see all these books, he would be doing cartwheels and be like, that's right. You didn't know you get to see me dance. But anyway, he would be super pumped. And I'm happy because I'm still that same little guy. I'm just a big guy now with a beard. A beastly beard who likes books. Anyway, it makes me happy. It brings me joy to have books. I love walking in here and smelling the smell of books, looking around, just having all these books around me that I love. It just brings me so much joy. It makes me happy. So for that is why I have so many books. Why? Let me give you some examples of times people have said this. So clearly when I was moving and unpacking, I had my wife's family, my friends, anybody that came to help. Oh, you sure have a lot of books. Why do you have so many books? You have a problem with books. No, I don't. You have a problem because you care. Now, let's talk about some of these people. I'm not going to name them by names, but some of the people that talked about how many books I have some of their own obsessions and vices, if you will. Some of these people have stacks and stacks of DVDs and Blu-rays. Do you need that many Blu-rays and DVDs? Are you going to watch them all? Have you watched them already? Well, maybe you should just trade them in then and get rid of them. Are you ever going to watch them again? Why do you need them? Think of all the space you'd have if you got rid of those DVDs. Exactly. Another person has a bunch of video games, stacks and stacks of them. Have you played all these video games? Do you need all these video games? Exactly. But you know what? I don't think those things. I love video games. I love movies. I have more books than I do video games and movies, but I have a fair share. And if someone has a whole entire room, like YouTubers that have video game ones, I love watching those. Or movie collections. And I see it and I go, that's freaking awesome. Go you, man. I want to come there and play those games and watch those movies. I don't say, well, I do have so many games and movies. Silly boy. You should be more refined like me. I mean, that's what it feels like. Come on now. I love books. I have a lot. Who cares? Everybody has their things, right? So let's go into the next question is, do you really need all these books? Now, the answer to this question is no, I don't need all these books. But in life, what do we need versus want? Let's break this down, shall we? Come on now. Let's break this down. What do we need? We need food, shelter, water, shelter, clothing, and we need money, right? I guess. We need a way to support ourselves. And we need love. So do we need 95% of the things that we all have? Probably not. We don't need a house as big as most of us probably have. We don't need a new car. We don't need a nice big TV. We don't need a riding lawnmower. We don't need all of these things that we get, but we get them because we want them. But what do those things that we want do? They bring us joy. They make us happy. Hobbies are important. If you don't have hobbies and you don't have things that you love to do in your free time, you can lose a sense of who you are. If you try to just be an adult who doesn't do anything, who doesn't splurge on anything, doesn't spend their time doing anything but work and business and super productive things, and that's all you do, you're going to lose a sense of who you are, who you were growing up. And it's good to keep that same person. And for me, books do that. I have books that I remember reading as a kid still that make me so happy. I have books that I got to read with my mom when she was still alive, and that is so special to me. I actually, when I do my library tour soon, you'll see I have the last book she was reading. She loved Dresden Files just like me, and I have the last book she was reading, and I have the bookmark on the page that she last read before she passed away, and that is something I will always cherish and means so much to me. I have books that I've buddy read with people on Booktube in the past year that will always be special to me because I've developed so many great friendships. And it's just, do I need it? No. But do I need joy, happiness, and things that bring that into my life? Yes. And books are it. So let's think about some of the people that have said these things. Just like before, they have lots of video games. They have lots of movies. They have the things I talked about. They have a brand new car with a big car payment. Do they need that? No. Do they need a riding lawnmower for a yard that they could easily mow in just a little bit more time? No. But do I care? No, I don't care. Do you, man? I think riding lawnmowers are awesome. I think new cars are awesome. If that's your jam, do it. I would do it too. It doesn't matter. You do you. I think that there's a bigger topic here that we have lost a little bit of the people not caring so much about what everybody else is doing. Everybody's got an opinion on everything. And I miss the days when people are just like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do you. We're going to be friends. We can agree to disagree. We can discuss things. And I'm not going to say anything to make you feel like an idiot for things that you like that I don't. I've ran into this with lots of things in my life, but we're going to keep talking about books. So the next one is, do you really need to buy all these books? Do you spend too much money on books? So now this one, there could be some people that do. You know, if you are not communicating with your spouse, if you're using money that's supposed to be budgeted elsewhere, if you're not making sure your kids are taken care of, all that stuff, and you're just buying books like a crazy person, then yes, that is a problem. But I have a budget for books. So any books that I buy, I set a monthly budget, and that money is usually from selling my other books on Pango. So money I get from that I can use to get more books. Donating plasma. My blood money is for books, literally. Money I make from YouTube goes back into the channel or buying books. Or just a little bit that we figure out from fun money. You know, that's what I use instead of going to do this or that maybe I would do on my own. So I do budget it out, but most of my books that I get, most of them I have had for a long time, or have been gifts from people, or I've purchased with gift cards because people know I love books, or they're sent to me from awesome indie authors, and that is why I've gotten so much books in the last year. I had quite a bit of books before BookTube, but I've gotten even more because of great recommendations, super kind people that have gotten me stuff for my birthday, and then I get to go buy books. But I have so many books from awesome indie authors who have offered to send books to me so I could check them out, and then I can show them off in book hauls, put a spotlight on them and their work. And that means so much to me that especially as an aspiring indie author myself, that someone works so hard on something and they want to share it with me. That means the world to me. And those babies are always going to be in my collection, and I hope to read them all. But even if I can't, I love to just look at them. And I look at each one and I remember when I had them on Beast Friends Forever, or I remember us chatting. I remember conversations and relationships I've built, and it's just something special, man. So I don't really spend that much money on books. Now, I I have had some moments where I had to be like, all right, you don't need another subscription service. You don't need another special edition from the Broken Binding. So there are times I have to stop myself and cut myself back because, yes, I don't need to spend that much money on books. Don't need to spend that much money on anything. But if you have the money and you're being smart with it, and that's your money that instead of spending it on going out or I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do anything like that, so I don't have expensive habits or anything. So if you are being smart about it and you want to spend your money on books, spend your money on books, baby. So let's break down this argument. People say, oh, you spend so much on books, blah, blah, blah. So I broke down already that I don't really, but let's talk about the people that are being judgy about us doing that. What might they be spending money on? All right, so we already talked about things that we don't need. So people probably have a huge car payment for a new car they don't need. They probably have they could have a gigantic house and they don't really need that house, and they have a huge mortgage payment. People, video games, movies, clothes, jewelry, cologne. Let me tell you about cologne. My son and my high school students I taught, they have cologne collections that are probably worth thousands of dollars. Stuff people put into their car to soup them up and make them cooler. Collectibles, right? Collecting things. Buying skins and stuff in like Fortnite or on Roblox. So many things, toys and stuff like that. Cards, Pokemon cards, baseball, football cards, season tickets to sporting events, all of that stuff. People can spend money on it and tell themselves it's fine because it's what they like. But then they look at someone like me who has a bunch of books. Maybe they don't read. Maybe they read, but they just get something from the library once in a while and that's it. And they don't care. And they think, oh, what a waste of money. Well, you're wasting money on things too. But you know what? I don't care because I think it's awesome. If it brings you joy, it makes you happy, that's cool. And a lot of those things I love too. I'm a sports nut. I would love to go to all these sporting events. I love collectible things. I'm a big kid. I love toys and all that stuff. That's so cool. I don't care. You do you. Do your thing. It doesn't matter. So why do people judge us for how many books we have? Why? Why do they do it? Now, earlier I mentioned that I understand your spouse, and my wife, for example, thinks I have too many books. She doesn't get it. She does like to read, but she'll just read from the library or pick up something I have here and read it, and then she never needs to see it again, does not care. Her favorite book of all time is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and it has a beautiful special edition now. I thought about getting for her, but she doesn't care because she already read it. She'll always love the book, but she doesn't need, and that's just how she's wired, and that's okay. But let me tell you, when we moved, there is quite a few boxes of dolls from her childhood, and furniture for these dolls, and clothes for these dolls. The dolls are creepy, by the way. That's those old school dolls where, they look realistic, and they're laying down with their eyes shut, and you put them up, and their eyes pop up, and whoo, freaky stuff, Annabelle stuff. I just said that and it's late at night, and now I'm freaking out. So it's like, okay, honey, I get it. You think I have too many books, but should we talk about the dolls? Or maybe all the quilts that you have and all the blankets, all the different Vera Bradley bags that you have. Come on now. All the shoes that you have. Lots of shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. I could go on for days, but I won't because she is amazing. I love when she's happy, and I don't care what she spends her money on. If she wanted to have a room full of Vera Bradley bags, I'd say, let's do it, baby. Let's figure it out. And she lets me do this, so it's fine. It's all in good fun. But even those closest to you, like I said, everybody's got their thing. All right, and finally, the last thing that people say that really gets my beard in a bunch, and that is when they say, are you really going to read all these books? And the answer is probably not. I probably will not. Do I want to? Yes. Do I plan to? Yes. Will I? Probably not. Which is sad. I think we all feel that sometimes when you think about your TBR, when you look around at your books and you think, there are so many awesome books I will not get to read, especially once you discover indie. Man, there's so many indie books, so many traditionally published books I will never get to experience and read. And that's just in fantasy and sci-fi and horror and thrillers, which I all love. I mean, not talking about all the other genres, nonfiction, contemporary fiction, and everything else. It's so crazy. There's so many good books. And no, I probably won't read them all. And yes, the books I have now, I probably won't read them all. Maybe I'll unload them and donate them, give them to friends, sell them, and get other ones that I'll never probably read. But here's the thing. Let's do what we've been doing. Will I read them all? No. But it makes me, once again, happy to have them so that I know I can read them when I want, to be surrounded by these books I love and that I want to read. It makes me happy. So that brings me to the other part. Why do you care? If I read them, will it change your opinion of how many books I have? No. These people that think I have too many books, even if I had read every single book in this room and I loved it and that's why I kept them, they would still say, well, that's dumb. You have too many books. You don't need those books. Get rid of them. You already read them. So if I read the books, it's dumb to keep them because I already read them. If I don't read the books, if I haven't read them yet, why do I have them? Because I'll never read them all. Why do you have these books? Do you see what I'm saying? Are you starting to see how silly this is? Let's talk about what we've talked about already. Are you going to play every video game you have? Are you going to watch every movie that you own? Are you going to play with every toy and collectible that you have? Are you going to get noticed by a scout at a professional sporting event you go to and get on the team and play the game or get a bunch of money? Are you going to drive your awesome new car for the rest of your life? No. Are you going to get back the money you put into it? No. Is your lawn going to be featured on Lawns USA, Lawns Inc., Lawns and Order, any of that because you have a sweet riding lawnmower and you're going to get a big payday, win a contest? No. We all have things that we do that won't make sense to someone who doesn't love what we love. So no, I am not going to read all these books, and that's okay. And yes, I probably have too many books, but that's okay. Do I need all these books? No, but that's okay. I want them. And I love having lots of books, so it doesn't matter. And no, I'm probably not going to read them. But that's none of your beeswax, and it wouldn't matter if I did, because you'd still say, I have too many books. So, people, at the end of the day, love what you love. And don't judge what others love if you don't love the same thing. You do you, I'll do me. We can agree to disagree, and we can all be awesome. I think whatever you love is awesome. The things you have, that's awesome. Even if I don't think it's awesome for me, I think it's awesome that you're rocking it out and doing stuff you love, collecting things you love, having things you love. Splurge, baby, splurge. In a controlled way. Have a hobby. Have something that brings you joy. It's okay. And forget about the naysayers. Nay, I say. I don't know. Why? Why do people care? Why? So, yes, in closing, let's go there. Everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their vice. Now, I could have worse vices. There are a lot of things that I could be blowing money on and being obsessed with. Books is pretty nerdy. It's really not that bad. I'm not going gambling to the casino. I'm not collecting super expensive things. I mean, sometimes I'm like, geez, that book's expensive if it's $25 and it's a new hardcover I want. But I mean, some people have hobbies where the things they're collecting are hundreds or thousands of dollars. So come on now, we're talking about books, people. I could be obsessed with a lot worse things than books. But I love books, and so do you. So yes, this it was exacerbated by people saying it so much when I was stressed and trying to move. You'll see that in a moving video that I have coming out soon, which should be fun. But as I'm trying to get the house together, I'm trying to do all these different things. I've got friends and family over helping carry things, and they're like, geez, you have a lot of books. You need to get rid of those books and just get ebooks or audiobooks that don't take up so much space. It's a little ridiculous. Like, half that moving truck is going to be books. Like, come on, people. Come on. Come on. I just don't get it. But the funny thing is that most of the people that complain to me or judge me or make fun of me and tease me, all that stuff, are not readers. Most of them don't read. So it's like, obviously you don't think it's cool or worth it because you don't read. So it's kind of silly when you think about it. But I love all the people that do it. And I even have gotten some comments from time to time talking about how I shouldn't be trying to get people to buy books, how I have too many books, I'm part of consumerism, all of that stuff. But I just love books, and I want to share them with you. I don't care if you get them at the library. I don't care if you borrow them from Johnny up the street. I don't care. I just want you to read it. It doesn't matter how you get it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to pay for it. Just read it, because books are awesome, and I want to talk to you about them. So, salty is done. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to think about it and just chat about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for letting me vent. And I think I'll do more things like this in the future because it's pretty fun. Looking forward to the comment section on this one. But I hope you're having a great day, beasties. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. And until I do, devour your TBR. Be brave, be beautiful to one another. Don't judge each other about the things you love. And be beastly. We'll see you.